At the corner of a street vendor was selling junk. He had placed food items on top of torn pages of old diaries. By chance, I was standing there, and my eyes fell on one page. I managed to read a few lines, and that was enough. My heart stayed there. A timid presence entered my life. Through those words, she wrote, husbands are very harsh. Hearing that, on the very first night, I couldn't help but laugh. She looked at me in surprise. Why are you laughing so much? I didn't even know myself why I was laughing. There was such innocence in her words, such a glimpse of fear, that it softened my heart. She wrote, I married you because my father told me to, but if you hit me or speak harshly, I will leave. I will even give up my dowry. Just don't say anything to me. In her eyes was an unfamiliar fear that perhaps never sleeps. Our marriage was arranged. Later, I learned that her elder sister had been beaten so badly by her husband that her leg was broken and she had become psychologically traumatized. She kept saying, do not hit me. Do not speak harshly. If I must leave, I will go on my own. She was my wife. How could anyone ever harm their life partner? I held her hand, kissed her forehead, and said, my little rosebud, why would I ever hurt you? She rested her head on my lap, and I reassured her. Nothing like that will happen. Don't be afraid. We were young. She was 18. I was 20. Our marriage was hurried. She loved playing Ludo. A few days later she said, bring Ludo, will you? I returned tired from work. She served food, then brought out the Ludo board. One game, even exhausted, I could not refuse. Her joy when she won was beyond words. Sometimes she won. Sometimes I did but. Often I lost on purpose. Slowly, closeness grew. Not just Hebetlof. I should say. She could not tolerate hunger before, but now she wouldn't eat until I had eaten. Even at midnight, she would wait. She fed me first, then rested her head on my shoulder. Childlike insistence. Feed me with your own hands. I fed her. She rested her head on my lap, telling me about her day until she fell asleep. Life began to feel real. Could life really be this beautiful? One day, I got angry over something. I scolded her. She quietly went to the room. I knew she must have cried, but my pride got in the way. The whole day passed. She came, placing the food before me, resting her head on my shoulder. I did not feed her. She quietly put the dishes away and lay down in my lap. At midnight, heavy rain, lightning flashing. I stood by the window. Her innocent face. She had slept despite being hungry. All my anger vanished. She had worked for me all day, and I had let her go hungry over a small matter. Even in her sleep, she was calling my name. I went to the kitchen and cooked her favorite potato rice. When I brought it, she first smiled, then remembered I was still angry and turned away. I held her face, looked into her eyes, smiled, and lightly teased her. Tears ran down her cheeks. Do you know how much I cried? You weren't speaking to me. My heart was scared. She was both complaining and making peace. At the same time, I brought the food, fed her with my own hands, and said, my love, I am not your enemy. If I ever say something harsh, do not take it to heart. You cannot live without me, and my heart cannot beat without you. She smiled, said Soriand. Every gesture of hers became my life. All this was captured on a single page, and that page was lying with a scrap dealer. Walking away, I thought, the most beautiful moments of someone's life are just scraps of paper to someone else. I wish I could have read the whole diary. But somehow, some stories feel better incomplete.